It's an exciting time. We spend 5 years creating these stories and these worlds and these movies. So to get to that place where you're about to launch it to the world on November 24th is really exciting. I mean, it is that moment you always wait for. In the day one, you're imagining what will that last couple of days feel like, and now we're actually there. So it is an exciting but very busy time.
And I'm guessing also like probably a bit surreal. Like, does it still feel a little sort of you need to pinch yourself? You've actually have a movie coming out in theaters. Like that must still be kind of an odd thing after the last year and a half.
It is surreal from the standpoint, and you do pinch yourself from the standpoint that I get to work at Disney Animation, right? And Disney Animation is 98 years old as a studio. This is the 60th, the 60 animated feature from Walt Disney Animation Studios. It's a film that's a musical with Lin-Manuel Miranda. I have always wanted to produce a Disney animated film. It's got this incredible story. So there is that moment where you sort of have to pinch yourself and say, how lucky am I to be in this position and to have this opportunity and to have worked with this incredible team at Disney Animation to create this movie that will now go out to the world. It'll be in over 40 different languages. And that is that's a pretty lucky place to get to be.
I mean, kind of just picking up from what you said about the 5 year time, like obviously, so much time and work goes into a movie like this. Is it kind of strange now knowing that it is like out of your hands and going out into the world and you can't like tinker with it anymore? No, like, it is actually finished, complete, and it's now just out there.
I think one of the hardest parts when you finish the film and once it gets released is you have to say goodbye. You're saying goodbye not only to the people you worked with on the project, even though you work with them on another project, but for this moment in time, this team, you're sort of saying goodbye to, but you're saying goodbye to these characters and this story of Encanto that, it began as a germ of an idea 5 years ago after Zootopia when the two directors, Byron Howard and Jared Bush, decided to team up with Lin-Manuel Miranda and they said, let's tell a story about family in Latin America. That was as much as we knew. And now we have this, beautiful film to share with the world. But it's a bittersweet moment because you are going to ultimately say goodbye. Now, hopefully, there's other ways to continue the storytelling, and the audience will want to see that. But irrespective of that, for this moment in time, you are completing something that has been a part of your life for 5 years. It's both a exciting but also a little bit of an emotional time too.
I mean, it must just be so like lovely and rewarding though, seeing like the response it's been getting so far, seeing the way that it's been connecting with audiences. Like that's got to be like just exactly what you kind of hope for, like, right from the very beginning of the process.
Yeah, it's so meaningful when people reach out to you and tell you how much they were moved by the film, how much they laughed at the film, how much they loved the music of the film, how much they thought that the animation and the visuals were, beautiful and stunning, and that there was a joy to it. That is it's such a, it just it warms your heart in a way, right? Because you do hope for that, right? You're not, this isn't a job. I think that's the interesting thing about animation. For all of us, it's not a job. It's something we care deeply about and we're passionate. And what we want to do is tell a story that will resonate with the audiences. And if we do it right, have the, opportunity for them to watch it over and over and over again. I think that's the thing about animation is it can do that. These films last for a long time. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, is the first film that Disney Animation made, and people still watch that film today. So you always hope for that aspect of it, and it's not easy. You can't let that overwhelm you because then you won't actually create the right story or the right film. But you hope for that side of it. So when you get to this moment and you see the response that people have given to it, when you feel that side of it, it really is deeply rewarding.
And I guess kind of like in that vein, like how are you hoping that people respond to it? Like, what do you hope people take away from the movie if they're going into it? Like, I guess ideally seeing it in a packed out theater.
Yeah, for me, the story is about Mirabelle Madrigal, and she's the only child within this family of extraordinary people who all have magical gifts who didn't get one. And I think that, to me, from the very beginning, hooked me to want to be part of this film. Add in Lin-Manuel Miranda writing incredible songs for the film. I was in. So I think for the audience's standpoint, I hope that they feel that thematic, which is there can be those moments where you feel like everyone else around you is extraordinary and I'm the ordinary one. But the truth is we all have something extraordinary within us. And then you set it in Colombia, this beautiful setting, and you put in this great music from Lin-Manuel Miranda, and you sit there and bring that joy in there. I think that's what I hope the audience goes into. The music just makes you want to tap your foot. I think we've all been wanting to get out there and sort of feel that joy and be together, feel that communal experience. And I think going to see this film in the theater can do that. And I'm really excited that people are going to have that opportunity on November 24th.